That's supposed to be Christmas stuff. Not school stuff.
It's hard to move in this room.
Hello Kaylee, my name is Lacey and I'm your occupational therapy assistant today. We're going to be working on wrist range of motion. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay, great. So how I'm going to get you to sit is if you'll pull up as far as possible to me. I will have your wrist hanging off the table and I will have you at a 90-degree angle right here. Okay? And so the first thing we're going to work on today is going to be wrist flexion. And so how that's going to be is you're going to take your arm and you're going to go towards the floor, okay? Okay. And so how I'm going to measure this is I'm going to have the fulcrum on the triquetrum. I'm going to have the proximal arm alongside the ulnar with the olecranon process as a point of reference. I'm going to have the distal arm alongside the fifth metacarpal. I'm going to stabilize the ulnar and the radius. And then if you'll make that movement for me all the way down, so as far as you can go. Okay. So the norm for this is 0 to 80. And Kaylee got 0 to 70. So the muscles that I will palpate for a muscle movement test are the flexion, the flexor carpi ulnaris, the flexor carpi radialis longus, and brevis. Nope, that's wrong. It will be the flexor carpi ulnaris, the palmaris longus, and the flexor carpi radialis. Okay. And then so the next motion that we're going to be doing is extension. And so when we do this, it's going to be the same points right here, except you're going to bring your arm up like this, okay? And so I'm going to have the fulcrum on the triquetrum, which will be right here. I'm going to have the proximal arm alongside the ulnar with the olecranon process as a point of reference. And then I'm going to have the distal arm alongside the fifth metacarpal. I'm going to stabilize the ulnar and the radius. And then if you'll move your arm up for me as much as you can. Okay. So the norm is 0 to 70. And I got 0 to 75. And so on this one, she's going to be extending. So I will be doing the extensor carpi radialis, or ulnaris, the extensor carpi radialis longus, and brevis. Okay. And so next we will do ulnar and radial deviation. So you'll be at a angle. And then how this is going to go is for the radial deviation, your hand, keeping this as stable as possible, and I'll stabilize the radius and the ulnar. You will bring your thumb in towards your body. And so can you do that movement for me? Like this, without moving? Is that as much as you can go? Okay, great. All right. And so how I will measure this is my fulcrum will be on the capitate, which you follow through with your third metacarpal until you find the indentation. Okay. My proximal arm will be alongside the forearm with the lateral epicondyle as a point of reference. My distal arm will be alongside the third metacarpal. And so I will stabilize the radius and the ulnar. Okay, make that movement for me. Okay, so the norm is 0 to 45, and Kaylee got 0 to 25. Okay, and so when we do a muscle movement test, I will do the flexor carpi radialis longus and brevis, and the that's all I can remember in that one. Okay. And so the next one that I will do is the ulnar deviation. And so the way that that goes is I will measure the same points for this one as I did the radial deviation, except for I'll stabilize right here, and she will move her hand this way as much as she can. Okay. And so how I will measure is the fulcrum will go alongside the or on top of the capitate. I will have the proximal arm alongside the forearm with the lateral epicondyle as a point of reference. I will stabilize the radius in the ulnar. The distal arm will be alongside the third metacarpal. Okay, and if you'll make that movement for me. All right, is that as far as you can go? Okay. And so the norm is 0 to 35, and Kaylee got 0 to 52. Okay, and so the muscles that I will palpate for for ulnar deviation will be the she'll go this way, and so I will do the extensor ulnaris okay, so I'll do the this muscle and this muscle. It will be the flexor the flexor the flexor, I don't remember. I know what the muscles are and how to palpate them. I just don't know the words. So, flexor carpi ulnaris and the flexor carpi radialis, which, no. The flexor carpi ulnaris and the extensor carpi ulnaris. We're going to say that.